Carl, and welcome Senator Johnny Isakson, senator from Georgia. Senator, two things. I would like you to weigh in on two ideas. First, one put forth in the Washington Post yesterday, Obama, job of debt reduction nearly done. That's the first one. And the second one is 80% of the commentators I listen to on television and in the media at large say, hey, maybe the president's going to be less partisan, reach across the aisle. Weigh in on those two notions.
Well, first of all, we're not 80% done on the debt yet. We have a long way to go, and this president needs to engage on solutions to reduce our deficit and our debt over time. That's critical. Second, I hope it won't be that partisan. I hope it'll be bipartisan. I hope we'll approach our problems arms together, realizing America has a debt and a deficit problem. We have a jobs problem. The American people have tightened their belts. It's time we did in Washington.
You know, when it comes to tonight's speech, I'm sorry, but I'm not as optimistic as you are. I think that after 4 years, I could pretty much tell you all the issues that are going to be out there and a lot of good ideas. But you brought up jobs. Really, isn't there a philosophical difference here at the spending money, government-orchestrated version of trying to create jobs versus the type of job creation you, as an acknowledged conservative, believe in? Thoughts?
I ran a business for 33 years. Job creation needs to be done in the private sector, not in government. We've heard rumors the president's going to talk about more government stimulus, more government jobs today. That's not the solution. That perpetuates the problem. We need to empower the private sector. We need to give certainty in regulation. We need to move this country forward.
You know, when it comes to education, Senator, you were one of several authors that helped write the original No Child Left Behind. I personally don't think the program was very successful. And when I look towards California, taking algebra out of the curriculum, you know, we have an education problem. I don't think we have an education spending problem. Your thoughts?
Well, you're right, but don't blame California. Don't blame the United States Congress on California. That's a whole different ballgame over there.
No, I understand that, but it's still all tied in together. We need, if we really are serious about jobs, they can't be subsidized by the government. They have to be subsidized by the intellect that we enhance for young people.
We need to empower the intellectual capital of the American workforce to do the jobs of the 21st century. Public education in many ways has not done that. But No Child Left Behind was a success until it expired. We've gone 5 years without a reauthorization. It's time the Education Committee got back, reauthorized the Elementary and Secondary Education Act, and empowered jobs-based science, technology, engineering, and math subjects.
Now, you voted for the bill that ultimately settled the fiscal cliff issues at the end of 2012. You said on our show, one of our shows, that you weren't happy about it and you wish it would have been more in a public venue so people could see what's going on. Do you think it's going to be possible to do entitlement reform, do tax reform in a way that people can somewhat understand the process? Or is President Obama never going to deliver on the original promise in 2007 to be a more transparent president?
If the president doesn't deliver on Medicare and on reform of our entitlements, we'll never have the country we've all known and we all love. We're at a breaking point in this country, and our entitlements are 2/3 of our spending. They're on cruise control. They need to be reformed. We need to not just save them for the current generation, but for future generations.
We only have about a half a minute left, Senator. The sequester. Good idea, bad idea? How do you think it's going to turn out? And in the end, is it the best of a series of unpleasant options?
Well, it's a bad idea whose time has come. It's going to happen on the first day of March, and it's going to last for a few weeks until the pressure of the public, the military, education, health, science, research all comes together and says, Congress, do your job. Instead of cutting across the board, make those cuts where you need to make them, but empower the programs that help America move forward.
Senator, you've been a great guest, and see if you could do me a personal favor. See if you could get that group you belong to actually put forth and pass a budget.
You know, Harry Reid's not going to get a paycheck this year if he doesn't pass the budget. We finally got his attention. He says he's going to do it. I'll keep hoping he will.
I don't think there's any tag days regarding a paycheck for the senator, but that's for another discussion. Thank you, Senator. Carl, back to you.
All right, Rick.